Chicago police issue a community alert. Men trying to lure children into their vehicles and happening near an elementary school.
Several students at the University of Chicago say they were drugged at parties. Now the school is warning others to be on the lookout.
And keeping you safe while you cast your ballot. Chicago police plan to address public safety concerns ahead of Election Day as we welcome you on this Friday morning.
Live from Chicago's #1 news, ABC 7 Eyewitness News at 7 starts streaming now.
Good morning to you. Happy Friday. It's November 4th already.
November 4th and
Wow.
warm out there.
Yeah,
63 degrees.
Absolutely. I'm Val Warner.
I'm Mark Rivera in for Terrell. Thanks so much for joining us. Today, this is the big day for the Morton Grove family. Their tree is coming down to be displayed in downtown Chicago for the holidays.
Yeah, Chopper 7 HD was over the tree earlier this morning. It's a 55-foot blue, Colorado blue spruce, and it has been the focal point of the family's front yard for years, 33 plus years. But they say the tree is now old and it's getting sick, so it's time for it to come down. Coming up in about 15 minutes, we're going to be talking live with the family donating this year's tree. But first, we got to get a check of your weather for today. Tracy?
Oh my goodness, yeah, live look outside. We have a nice, beautiful morning out there. However, I want you to know about this wind advisory. It goes into effect 4 a.m. tomorrow through 7 p.m. tomorrow, as we are anticipating wind gusts surpassing 50 miles per hour. It's possible today we will get wind gusts up around 40 miles per hour as the day goes on. But these temperatures really unseasonably mild. It's almost like it could be August 4th today. I mean, we have temperatures starting off in the 60s this morning. Today, we are anticipating those highs up near 70 degrees. A lot of clouds with us here today. If we get any showers late morning, early afternoon, I don't think they're going to really trouble us for the afternoon rush today. But tomorrow morning is looking very wet and very windy. Roz?
Our biggest delay this morning continues to be in northwest Indiana, where we've had a crash involving a semi that ended up in the ditch southbound on I-65 just before US 30. The delays extend north for about 5 miles. So Route 53 is going to be your best alternate to get around that. On the Illinois side, we've got travel times upwards of 35 to 40 minutes, especially on the inbound I. A couple of crashes around Damon. They're working to clear one right now. And Chopper 7, they are up to the north by the Naval Base. We were looking at some exceptionally heavy traffic on 137 trying to get into the base. It's backed up for over a mile before Green Bay Road. Look at that, the headlights coming at you. That is a very long delay. And then we saw some vehicles inside the base and they were kind of doing a little bit of a search there. So not real sure what's going on, but if that's where you need to be this morning, it's going to take you a little bit longer than normal to get there. Val and Mark.
Yeah, it is, Roz. Thank you. New this morning, Chicago police say men tried to lure children into their vehicle.
This happened last night in 2 separate incidents near a Westside elementary school. Jessica D'Onofrio is live at CPD headquarters with what parents need to know this morning. Jess.
Well, Mark and Val, police issued a community alert late last night, hoping to warn parents and guardians about 2 recent attempts to lure children into a truck. Now, both of them happened yesterday, just blocks apart in the Austin neighborhood near Duke Ellington School. One location in the 300 block of North Parkside Avenue at 5:30 p.m. The other happened 2 hours later in the 300 block of North Central. Police say at the Parkside location, someone tried to lure a 9-year-old boy into a white 4-door truck with tinted windows. The offender was in the front passenger seat as the truck drove alongside the child, according to police. At one point, the alert says that offender got out of the passenger side and told the victim to come here, but the child ran away. Police say just a few hours later in the 300 block of North Central, someone in a similar white 4-door pickup truck with tinted windows tried to lure a 13-year-old boy. Again, the alert says the passenger gets out of the truck, this time running after the victim, who saw a relative. The suspect description in both incidents are not the same, but the vehicle descriptions do match. Police warning people to be aware of this situation, and they are reminding parents and guardians not to let their children walk or play alone. Mark and Val, back to you.
Jess, thank you. Several University of Chicago students say they were drugged. Their drinks spiked at parties. Now the university has issued a warning for the campus. Administrators say there have been 7 incidents, the first happening in late September, the most recent reported this past Tuesday. The university says a student reported being sexually assaulted in a residence hall after attending a party last week. a student who asked not to be identified, recounting her own experience.
Because you're unconscious, you don't really know what's going on.
I think people are definitely reevaluating where they want to go to hang out on a Friday night.
Just incredibly frightening. The University of Chicago looking for more information, saying there were no police reports filed for these alleged incidents.
This morning, a reward is being offered for information about an armed robbery involving a mail carrier in Chicago. It happened Monday at Huron and Laverne. Police say the suspect took off in a white four-door sedan. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service is offering up to $50,000 for information leading to a conviction. New this morning, a Chicago man is now charged with a stabbing incident yesterday on a Red Line train. 49-year-old Corey Bulliox is charged with aggravated battery and use of a deadly weapon. Police say Bulliox allegedly stabbed a 40-year-old man near the Clybourne Red Line stop. The victim was left in serious condition.
With recent threats and attacks against politicians and their families, there's concern about safety at the ballot box on Election Day.
Chicago police and election officials will address the issues today. Christian Picos is live at the voting super site in the Loop with the details of this. Christian.
Val and Mark, good morning. The Chicago Police Department will be speaking with the Cook County State's Attorney's Office and other Cook County election officials to discuss election safety and security ahead of the midterms next week. Of course, these critical conversations come on the heels of violent threats made against Republican gubernatorial candidate Darren Bailey. Bailey spoke out against the threats made against he and his family during a rally downstate yesterday. He says the threats were provoked by Governor J.B. Pritzker's political ads.
Let me be clear. I will not be bullied. I will not back down. I will always continue standing up and fighting for working families and taxpayers all across our state.
Now, Governor Pritzker took questions from our political reporter, Craig Wall, on whether he felt responsible for the threats against Bailey. He says these threats are unacceptable.
Darren Bailey wants to turn this into a political argument. I think that's inappropriate.
21-year-old Scott Lennox of Chicago is charged with making the threats against Bailey and is still in Cook County Jail. Now, that news conference on election safety and security starts at 11 o'clock this morning, so just in a few hours from now, the Chicago Board of Elections super site in the Loop. Back to you.
All right, Christian, thank you. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband has been released from the hospital after being attacked in the couple's San Francisco home last week. Paul Pelosi underwent surgery on his skull, hand, and arm. Nancy Pelosi's office releasing a statement saying her husband faces a long recovery process. David DePape is charged in the attack and is being held without bond.
President Biden is making a trip to Chicago today. He's one of several high-profile politicians visiting our area in the days leading up to the election. First up today, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy will attend a rally in Oak Brook for Keith Pecaw. Pecaw is running against Democratic incumbent Congressman Sean Casten in the 6th District. Then tonight, President Biden will fly to Chicago, where he'll attend a political reception. The president will also speak at an event tomorrow, but exact details have not yet been released. Then on Sunday afternoon, Vice President Kamala Harris will attend a rally on the South Side with Governor Pritzker and Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton. ABC 7 political analyst Laura Washington says these visits are meant to deliver the message that this is not a typical midterm election.
They believe that the race is tightening on both sides. They want to get their heavy hitters out. They want to make sure they boost turnout in the last days of the campaign.
U.S. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm will also be in the Chicago area today. She'll be visiting a local high school and then tour the Argonne National Laboratory in Lamont. And be sure to join us Tuesday for all your election coverage. It starts at 7 o'clock on our website and connected TV apps. We'll also have updates on the air throughout the evening and complete coverage on Eyewitness News at 10 o'clock.
People in Northwest Indiana are worried about losing access to life-saving medical care. Hammond's only hospital is closing at the end of the year. The closure of Franciscan Health will leave the city of nearly 80,000 people without a hospital.
Everybody comes here, so having to travel, God knows where to get emergency services is really going to be hard now.
There's going to be people in the coming decades that need to get to a hospital right now. They used to have a hospital right in their backyard, and instead they're going to have to go 10 minutes out of their way and they're going to die.
Franciscan Health says that after massively downsizing the hospital last year, it's now averaging fewer than 3 inpatients a day. Franciscan declined our request for an interview.
A final ruling is made over a lawsuit that tried to block the Obama Presidential Center. A U.S. district judge officially dismissing the suit and ending the civil case following a long legal fight. The group Protect Our Parks wanted to stop the ongoing construction of the center in Jackson Park, citing environmental concerns, among other things. A statement from the Obama Foundation says the decision will allow them to deliver on their commitment to create a world-class destination. We reached out to the Protect Our Parks group for a comment, but have not yet heard back.
Happening today, a beloved Chicago bakery is marking a big milestone.
And it's going to make you hungry if you're taking a look at this right now. Old Fashioned Donuts has been making sweet treats on South Michigan Avenue for 50 years. This afternoon, Alderman Anthony Beal and Governor J.B. Pritzker plan to stop by to celebrate that anniversary.
I looked it up. It's in Roseland on 112th.
There you go. That's the exact address. You got it.
Too far of a hike for us to go because we got to work today.
We got to work, but
let's just say if you want to drop us off some, we'll gladly accept it.
We'll take them. We'll take them.
Your live and local news is just getting started as we stream out loud this morning. Coming up, the holiday tree that will be lit up in downtown Chicago will be cut down today. We're going to be talking with the Morton Grove family who's donating the tree.
But first, Tracy has your AccuWeather forecast, and guess what? It is going to be another nice day. The wind will be picking up.
Well, good morning to you. Our weather headlines include today a few showers, possibly an isolated storm. I'm not real geared up for that possibility today. I think it's more likely that would happen overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, and it is going to be really windy. And in fact, tomorrow, it is possible we could end up with wind gusts topping 50 miles per hour. Right now, it's not that gusty out there. Yes, it's a little on the breezy side, but check this out. Tomorrow morning, we could even have some wind gusts between 55, 60 miles per hour around here. So wind advisory will be in effect for the whole entire area starting at 4 a.m. tomorrow and ending at 7 p.m. tomorrow. So virtually all day around here tomorrow. Right now, radar, not a whole lot going on, but with the satellite imagery, we are socked in with the clouds. And our rainfall probabilities do increase just a wee bit later morning, early afternoon, but they really increase around here during the overnight hours. So our highs today will still get up around 70 degrees, certainly not a washout of a day. Just bear in mind, if you have anything outdoors, any plants, that could get carried away in 60-mile-per-hour winds or Halloween decorations, it is time to bring those things on in. But now it's time to head to Ross.
And it's time to give you some good news for a change in Northwest Indiana. This crash we've been following southbound on I-65 at US 30. They finally got the semi out of the ditch, opened up all the lanes, and there's the snapshot. Everything is open. Traffic's getting through, and look, no longer do we have that 4 to 5 mile backup. On the Illinois side, we don't have any new crashes. We've had a few fender benders. We're averaging about 30 to 40 minutes for your travel times. We do have a crash, though, a couple suburban ones in Addison at Rawwing Road and Army Trail, and then we've got another one in Bartlett at the intersection of Prospect and Stern. So be careful going through those two intersections. Val and Mark.
All right, Ross, thank you. Here it is. Wait for it. Chicago's official 2022 Christmas tree. It is still a bit dark outside this morning, but a few weeks from now, this 55-foot tall Colorado blue spruce will be strung up with lights in full fashion in downtown Chicago.
And it's all wrapped up because it's coming down today, so it looks a little bit skinnier than it's going to look when you see it in downtown Chicago. That's going to be much more full and beautiful here. And this is all happening thanks to the generosity of a family in Morton Grove who's donating that tree. We're talking with Vesna Glisovic. Good morning, and her husband Mike is there as well. It's good to see you again, Vesna.
You too, thank you. I mean, I cannot see you, but
yeah, but you can hear us. So,
to all.
Vesna, walk us through a little bit of the process of how it worked to submit your tree and then ultimately have it picked from nearly 80 entries.
Yeah, it was one of those moments, let me try, maybe. And I just sent an email, few pictures of our tree, and it was chosen.
Just like that. Wow, no elimination process. What makes it so special?
It was very quick, special because it's our tree. Special is, it's a beautiful tree, and all the trees are beautiful, I think, but this one, it was outgrowing the space, and we thought it's time, to go, and this is the best way to do.
Definitely. And you know what I think is so interesting about it too is that you've had that tree there for 30 plus years, and I know both of your kids grew up right around that tree, and they grew big and tall as that tree was growing big. You see the photo of them right there. We're showing the photo that you sent in of your kids from the late 90s, and it just must be so meaningful for you to have that tree be on display for everyone in Chicagoland.
Yes. The tree has been with our family since we moved into the house. This winter will be 33 years, and we have so many other photos, taken, family photos, graduations, It was a backdrop for many of our photo pictures, and this was one of them. We'll miss the tree, but it's a beautiful way to share the tree with the whole Chicagoland area. And after COVID and all this happening, we think it's the best way to start a new holiday season. This way. There is no bigger honor than this for us.
That is quite the honor. So Vesna, you and your husband Mike standing there, will either one of you shed a tear when it gets cut down?
Yes, we plan to be there, and our boys too, and daughter-in-law, the whole family, we are planning to hopefully be there.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's going to be very emotional for you as well. When you see it turned on with all the lights and lit up in downtown Chicago, what are you going to feel when you see that, do you think?
I'm getting right now very emotional, and it will be very emotional for me, for all of us, I bet.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, that is just such a beautiful donation, a beautiful way to share that tree with the whole Chicagoland community. So thank you so much for taking the time with us today.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll be at the tree lighting ceremony.
Thank you.
Yes, have a good one, which I'm sure they will be at as well. That's on November 18th. It's going to be at Millennium Park. And like you said, I would be bawling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I cry commercials.
Yeah,
so let alone a tree that I've seen my kids grow up with for the last 30 plus years.
Oh, my gosh. In every picture and all the big moments and everything like that. Graduations and so much more. Yeah, totally. Oh, my gosh. Well, what a great way. Great way to celebrate it. And coming up after the break, workers at Twitter are going to find out if they still have a job today. Some of them planning to file a lawsuit.
Rolling out the purple carpet to honor those fighting brave battles against cancer. The special event at the United Center that's making Chicago proud. Several Twitter employees are now filing a lawsuit as Elon Musk began laying off workers this morning.
Yeah, the company making that announcement in an email to employees last night, saying the move is an effort to, quote, place Twitter on a healthy path. Employees allege the layoffs are in violation of labor law.
And the moves comes 1 week after Tesla CEO Elon Musk closed the deal to acquire Twitter. And at that time, some of Twitter's top executives were fired.
So cold. Over email? Really? Yeah. That would be brutal.
But he has kind of a reputation of...
Kind of.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be. How about, okay, forget this story and him. How about I just said Titter instead of Twitter?
Okay, that's fine. You know, hey, listen.
We should talk about anchoring the news for 3.5 hours. And by the time you get to the 8th hour, things just do not come out as they seem on the prompter. That's your real moment for the morning.
True. That is so true.
I was like, did I just say Titter? It's a good thing I didn't say something else.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay, so let's move on. Lyft is laying off nearly 700 employees. That's about, speaking of more layoffs, that's about 13% of the company's workforce. The company's co-founders say they are preparing for a recession and add that car insurance costs are rising. Recession is coming too.
Yeah, Amazon also under a hiring freeze now. The company says the freeze is expected to last several months as the economy faces an uncertain future at this point.
Oh my God, 3 very
I know, that's not good. That's not good. 3 in a row, not good. Right now, we're going to join our Good Morning America viewers. I'm going to have an update in just a minute on TV, and you'll see it here too. And then we are back with the indoor golf experience opening in Chicago today.
Now, an update from ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning at 7:23. I'm Mark Rivera. Chicago police issued an alert after 2 separate child luring attempts in the city's Austin neighborhood. The vehicle in both incidents is described as a white 4-door truck with tinted windows, but the suspects are different. The first attempt happened yesterday around 5:30 in the afternoon near Parkside and Fulton. Police say a white man with brown hair and a scratch on his face attempted to lure a 9-year-old boy into his car. That boy ran away. Just hours later, a few blocks away at Central and Fulton, police say a black man dressed in all black and wearing a ski mask attempted to lure a 13-year-old boy into his car. That child also ran away. Now let's get a check of the ABC 7 AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Tracy Butler.
Hello there, Mark. Well, good morning, everybody. We are starting off with temperatures that are just so unseasonably warm. These are your current temperatures. Our average high today is 54. We're 10 degrees above the average high right now. 64 at O'Hare, 64 at Midway, 63 in Gary. Now, the cloud cover, the abundance of clouds today, will keep those temperatures from skyrocketing too far, but we'll still be up around 70 degrees today. And maybe later on this morning, early afternoon, just a few showers will pop up. We will take a break, Roz, after this.
Now's the time for a healthy start. So let's move. Let's rest and recharge. And put our health first. Let's be well. To do that, let's eat well. Breathe deep. Find joy in the little moments. And do what we love with who we love. Together, let's live well. Advocate Aurora Health.
Welcome back, everybody. It's slow, but not really horrible on the expressways. 30 to 40-minute average travel times, except for the Kennedy, which is really slow. As you can see, coming around the North Avenue curve, it's about 55 minutes from O'Hare to downtown. We have a couple of suburban crashes. This one is in McHenry. It's on Crystal Lake Road, just a little bit south of Route 120, and we still have this closure in Grays Lake. Crash cleanup shuts down Belvedere Road east of Route 83. Both of those are slow.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Time now 7:27. Another beautiful day in store. Well, the Blackhawks are making Chicago proud after hosting Hockey Fights Cancer Night at the UC. It is meant to honor fans battling cancer, those in remission, and of course, loved ones who have lost their fight.
And some young patients were spotlighted during last night's game as well. 6-year-old Penelope Gomez, you see her there, even got to drop the puck at center ice in that big old jersey. Watch it here. Here we go. Ready? Boom. There it is. All right. Well done, Penelope.
Yes.
A great way to celebrate all of their successes.
And wishing her, of course, all the best in her fight. Coming up after the break, get ready to turn back the hands of time. Daylight saving time comes to an end this weekend, but should it end permanently or stay in place year-round? We're going to weigh in on that.
Also, we'll be talking about NBA star Kyrie Irving's 5-game suspension, potentially that and so much more as we will be right back after a short break.
You're watching ABC 7 Eyewitness News at 7, streaming live now.
Let's take a quick look at some of the stories that we're going to be watching for you today. President Biden making a trip to Chicago tonight. The president will attend a political reception. He will also speak at an event tomorrow, but details have not been released yet. Several high-profile politicians are visiting our area in the days leading up to the big election.
Today, the Chicago Police Board holds a disciplinary hearing in the case of 2 Chicago police officers. Bernard Butler and Melvina Bogard are charged in the February 2020 shooting of Ariel Roman at a CTA Red Line station. Roman, who was unarmed at the time, was shot during an altercation with the 2 officers that was recorded on cell phone video. CPD has recommended that both officers be fired.
The grand opening of Puttery Chicago is today. It offers 2 themed putting courses, bars alongside food and more. It's located on West Randolph Street in the Fulton Market District. We're going to have more coming up in just a few minutes.
Downtown Aurora is kicking off First Fridays with 2 Day of the Dead celebrations. There'll be Katrina's, body painting, face painting, artisans, so much more from 4 to 10 tonight. Also, a fashion show and some live music. And good morning to you. Welcome back. I'm Mark Rivera.
And I'm Val Warner. Good to be with you this morning. Let's get a check on that weather because we've been enjoying fantastic fall weather all this week. We just need to know if it's going to continue to the weekend, Tracy.
Well, you know what? In some instances, it will, in the fact that we're going to have above average temperatures that will continue. However, the changes come in a couple of ways. First of all, the wind. I cannot emphasize enough how gusty these winds are going to be around here tomorrow. Now, they'll pick up somewhat today as well, but tomorrow we could get some wind gusts 50 to maybe even near 60 miles per hour. 64 degrees right now at O'Hare, 64 at Midway, 63 now at the lakefront. Roz?
We've got a metro delay. This is going to be on the Milwaukee West line. It's an outbound train 2203, 15 to 20 minutes behind schedule because of some operational issues. On the expressways, kind of a wide range of travel times. The Eisenhower, pretty decent. It's clocking in at about 30 minutes or less. Mannheim to the Burn Circle. The Kennedy, though, is 55 minutes from O'Hare into downtown. And coming up at 9 o'clock this morning, we're going to see more of those closures. Some repair work on Lakeshore Drive, DuSable Lakeshore Drive between Balboa and Roosevelt. They'll be working until 4, and they'll do it again Monday and Tuesday. Val and Mark.
Okay, thanks for the heads up, Roz. And a new twist in the anti-Semitism scandal in the NBA.
A new punishment has been handed down, and now Kyrie Irving is apologizing. ABC's Andrea Fujii has more.
This morning, NBA star Kyrie Irving benched in the wake of tweeting about an anti-Semitic film. The Brooklyn Nets suspending Irving for at least 5 games without pay after he refused to apologize for posting a link to a documentary that denies the Holocaust.
Those falsehoods are unfortunate, and it's not that I don't believe in the Holocaust. I never said that.
Irving deleted the tweet last week, but continued to defend his actions.
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
He's also resisted demands to unequivocally denounce anti-Semitism.
For the record, do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs?
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
Late Wednesday, he and the Nets announced they would each donate $500,000 to anti-hate groups. But late yesterday, after once again refusing to apologize, the team finally had enough, saying Irving is unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets. The Anti-Defamation League also speaking out, saying it will refuse Irving's $500,000 donation, tweeting, Kyrie Irving has been given ample opportunity to do the right thing, apologize, and condemn anti-Semitism. He has failed at almost every step along the way. The suspension is well-deserved. Then overnight, Irving backing down and apologizing, saying, I initially reacted out of emotion to being unjustly labeled anti-Semitic instead of focusing on the healing process of my Jewish brothers and sisters that were hurt from the hateful remarks made in the documentary.
Obviously, it's going to be a lot of fallout
Yeah,
and more
absolutely.
from that story. We want to move on to today's talkers. Here's what we're talking about this morning. Daylight saving time. Okay, it's been debated. It's this weekend. It's time to roll the clocks back 1 hour at 2 a.m. in the morning, or as Tracy said, before you go to bed.
Right.
Because who's up at 2?
Good idea.
Us. No.
Well, hold on a second.
Not on the
I will
weekend.
be. I will be. Hello, I will be.
Yes,
I'm
you
working this
will
weekend, my
be.
friends.
Bummer.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Less of a bummer because I'm going to get an hour more sleep from
That is
Saturday to
true.
Sunday. And
You're
that
right.
I'm looking
Good deal.
forward to. That's for sure.
So we all know there's this push to make daylight saving permanent in the U.S. The Senate has passed a bill on the measure, but it has not passed the House. Some states like Hawaii and most of Arizona do not follow daylight saving time at all. Crashes involving deers increase in the week after the change. So what do you guys think? Should it stay or should it go? I feel like, Tracy, you should kick it off because you probably have the most expertise with this.
No, I don't know about that. I think I hear from I can't tell you.
You know both sides.
Yeah.
I hear mainly one side, and people want it done. People
Want it over with.
Just keep it one way or the other. Just don't keep changing back and forth.
I mean, it was originally this whole time change thing goes back to when farmers needed that daylight to do their work.
Yeah.
And sadly, that we don't have the number of farmers that we certainly used to. And I come from a family of farmers. Actually, my grandparents had a big farm. Always had a farmer's almanac on the nail on above the kitchen. So, those are the people that I would be curious to know if they still would like to keep this in effect. But the majority of people I hear from say, be done with it. I don't want to go through this time.
So they want to be done with the back and forth, like Roz said, right? They just want, so do people want to do they want the fall back or do they want the spring forward time?
I think they want it to be lighter longer.
They want it to be lighter longer, not lighter earlier.
Which is interesting because I would prefer it to be standard time. Okay, I'm against the grain here, and there are a lot of safety studies that show that it is not good to be an hour. It's just your circadian rhythm.
Oh, yeah.
It affects so many things.
Right.
So I'm the minority here. I want standard time. But you know what? More than anything, just stop changing it.
Right. That's where, Roz, that's where I'm at too, because I'm like, you know what? If we could just keep it consistent, then everybody could, then we're not worried about having, you know, that extra, more people getting into crashes or anything like that because you're losing an hour of sleep or you're not getting enough sleep, all that stuff. Yeah.
The other thing is, and I know you brought up how it affects your animals.
The pets.
But I know when my children were, you know, babies, and Mark, you will experience that.
This is our first where, you know, he's really aware of it.
It affects.
I'm a little worried,
the whole
actually.
sleep thing.
Have fun with that.
I'm a little worried about that actually now. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, is he going to be going to bed at like 5 o'clock now?
Right, and then up super early.
Right.
Well, your wife Alyssa will, because you'll be at work.
Yeah, I'll be at work.
Goodness. All right. Well, let's. We'll see. I mean, it can't pass It can't pass Congress. I think it is. It passed the House, but not the other.
Senate. It passed the Senate. Yeah.
Can't pass the House.
We'll see. But the House. What happens with the election?
All right. So let me ask you this: what would you do? Okay, couple hosts their annual Christmas party, but they do not invite their son's fiance this year. The parents control the invite list. The son says his best friend, and who is also a friend of the family, got an invite, but the mom says she didn't want the fiance causing any drama. Apparently, the fiance has had unpleasant interactions with the sister and the best friend in the past. The fiance says this is beyond disrespectful and wants her man to stand up. Ooh, this is a tough one.
I know exactly.
Or is it not tough? Okay, it's not tough for you.
I know exactly what I would do in this situation.
Ooh,
I would not go to the Christmas party. If my parents are not going to invite my fiance, who's going to become part of the family, like this is another addition. This is your daughter-in-law. This is another addition. Your daughter. You should look at her as your daughter. Then I wouldn't go. It is beyond disrespectful to not invite them in the family. I don't care if my best friend's going. Or if my sister's involved or whatever. There's something going on. There's some drama. No, I mean you need to be with your spouse on this, or your future spouse. That's what I feel at least.
Yeah, ladies.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly,
for the parents. I mean, if this girl is bringing that much drama to the whole family, I mean, I feel bad because there's a whole other issue at stake here, that these kids are going to get married, or youngsters.
Are they right for each other? Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, I think that you stay with your spouse or future spouse.
There's a whole, this really extends beyond. Yes. There's so many issues here because you know, now you're putting up this wall.
Yep, already.
Between the parents, the in-laws. I mean, I know people, I'm not going to say who they are, but you know, a friend of a friend.
Yes.
And they're estranged from their son.
Oh,
and it's not by anything that they did, but
it's because they don't approve of who their son is with.
No, who their son is with doesn't approve of the parents.
Oh my goodness.
So the son chooses to be with the wife instead of the parents, and it's so sad. It just breaks my heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You got to find compromise here.
Compromise is the operative word here.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. But unfortunately, in this situation, it's kind of like the parents have made their say, and then the son is kind of in the middle. But I tend to agree. I think at the end of the day with Mark, though, because if you're going to make a life with, and you know, not to get all like biblical, but the Bible does talk about like when you become married, you have to leave your family. You have to leave the nest basically, and then start your own family. So. I know I'm messing it up, but
we get the gist.
And the final thing I'll say about it too is that to what you're saying, Roz and Tracy, it's just like everybody needs to be an adult here. This sounds like a very juvenile exercise because it's like these are parents. This is a daughter and a son,
right?
And the son and their fiance, they need to get together. They need to sit down. They need to have a conversation, and they need to come together and figure out how to move forward as a family.
And at the end of the day, if this is who the son chooses to be with, the parents are either going to have to they've done their part. They've raised the kid. Right. They got to move on, either do them or not.
Right. Yep.
All right. Oh, we could have gone on and on about that. We're going to take a quick break. Coming up after the break, a unique nightclub with an indoor golf course opens in Chicago today. We're going to be taking you there next.
Well, good morning to you this morning. I know it feels so nice out there, especially for November 4th. It's 64 out at O'Hare, 64 at Midway, even over at Northerly Island, Waukegan, Gary, all areas 63 degrees. And all of our temperatures are unseasonably warm. It's going to stay that way through the day today as we get focused on high temperatures near 70 degrees. Lots of cloud cover with us today. It is going to be breezy, but much more windy tomorrow. Ross?
We are looking at travel times anywhere from 35 to 55 minutes on your inbound expressways. So we're really not seeing any problems due to crashes. Here's our White Sox camera. Even the Dan Ryan's kind of heavy around 31st, so it's clocking in at about 28 minutes 95th to downtown. In the suburbs, this is new. Lombard, Main Street at Wilson Avenue, and we still have this closure in Grays Lake. A crash cleanup. It has a section of Belvedere Road closed east of Route 83. Val and Mark.
Okay, thank you, Roz. And happening today, a new type of nightclub is opening in Chicago. Besides cocktails, you can also get your golf on.
It's called Puttery Chicago, and it's located on Randolph in the Fulton Market District. And joining us live to talk about this new venture is Clayton Stanley, the Director of Operations for Puttery Chicago. Good morning to you, Clayton.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
We're fantastic. So tell us a little bit about Puttery Chicago and what makes it so unique.
You know, our unique concept here in the Fulton Market, we're so glad to bring it to the city of Chicago, to a market like this. So what we offer is our identity is crafted cocktails with a heavy chef-driven cuisine. And as you can see behind me, themed mini golf too as well.
Okay, this is the best thing. I've been waiting for this to happen because I love mini golf. Seriously, I love mini golf. But having it as an adult course where you can have all these different spaces and then also enjoy some food and drink, I mean, it looks beautiful. So tell us about the courses, and you don't need really pencil and paper to keep score anymore, huh?
No, absolutely not. So we have electronic scoring. So you just put your score in on a scorecard. It'll follow you around our 9-hole course. And a little bit about the courses. I'm standing in our lodge course right now. As you can see, the snow never gets old. You can even take the ski lift, take some selfies, see the Rocky Mountaintops and all that good stuff. And we also have a theme course downstairs, you know, called the library. And nothing's really by the book in the library too as well. It's one of our beautiful, beautiful courses. And I mean, it really looks like you're playing mini golf inside of a real library. So we try to make sure that we immerse you into the theme of all of our courses that we have at Puttery.
Okay, so what else do you guys offer at Puttery besides miniature golf?
Well, our identity is our delicious crafted cocktails. My favorite is our margarita standoff. It's our version of a margarita, and you also got to come out and try our barbecue on a Saturday night. It's a bourbon drink. It's nice. It's tangy. It's delectable. And also, we do our homemade pizzas here too as well. Our food is really delicious, delectable too. So make sure everybody come out and try it out.
I'm telling you, this is a concept I have been waiting for my whole life.
Right, too bad you didn't think of it, huh?
I know, right? You guys have a rooftop bar too, huh?
We absolutely have a rooftop bar. You can come out, enjoy the skyline of the beautiful, beautiful city of Chicago, especially at nighttime. So it looks really great. It's just a huge, big adult playground that's 21 and up. So we can't wait until we open our doors and get everybody out here.
I was going to say, is this one of those enclosed rooftops that we can use during the winter? Or we got to wait till the spring?
You got to wait till the spring. It's definitely not enclosed, but you get a great, great view of the city.
Okay, so what other events do you have at night?
Oh, so at night, I mean, we'll have a DJ here too as well, you know, spinning some really great tunes. We also offer our big corporate events too as well. If you want to have a birthday party, you can reserve your birthday party online. So all of that good stuff. You can have a guys' night out, a girls' night out. If you just want to come as a couple too, so a great, great date night out too as well.
Yeah, okay, reservations, what do you recommend?
So what I recommend is you can go to puttery.com. You can make a reservation for a time slot to come in. You can come in anytime during that time slot, and we'll give you a tee time to play golf. So if you want to come in, enjoy some delicious drinks, some great food, you'll have an opportunity to do that too as well. And we offer themed drinks on our courses too as well. So the drinks, you can keep them coming.
Is that guy behind you supposed to be golfing? I've been looking at him behind your shoulder. He's just standing there.
Is he just standing there? Yeah. No, he's golfing too as well. So.
I want to see him hit something.
He's having a good time.
There we go. There he is.
Yep,
there we go. Let's see, can he get it in there?
Let's get one.
Man, you know what? You can't be too competitive because those balls will get to flying everywhere, huh, Clayton?
Hey, listen, we love the competition. Tell them to bring it on. Let's do it.
Bring it on.
Right. Clayton, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Can't wait to go out and visit. It's going to be a great time. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me too as well. Y'all come out and puttery, please.
All right.
Oh, absolutely. See you soon. Good luck. To learn more about Puttery Chicago, go to abc7chicago.com or look for this story on the free news app. I was like, is he going to hit that ball?
I know. I was waiting for it. But I'm telling you, I've been waiting for this concept to come to life. Adult mini golf.
With our weather, we need something like that because we need something to do in the winter. We need something fun, and it's indoors. And
the courses look very cool. And it looks all good.
Sounds good. All right, still to come. What do holiday trees, dinosaurs, and dogs all have in common?
Well, they are all part of the family fun around the city this weekend, and Roz is going to join us for a preview.
It is Friday. The weekend is on our doorstep. So let's get a check on Festival Friday with Roz Barron. Hey,
She's
Roz.
joining us now. Yeah, break us into the weekend, Roz.
Happy to do it. It's my favorite time of the morning on Fridays, Festival Friday. And ready or not, you can start celebrating the holidays. Take a look. The great tree lighting at Macy's State Street is Saturday morning at 11:15. The store will also unveil the new holiday windows. They have a new theme this year and begin visits to Santa. And you could start holiday shopping at the Antiques Plus Modernism Show. It's at the Community House in Winnetka today through Sunday. This show features everything from furniture to clothing and jewelry. The Allstate Arena has been transformed to Isla Nublar for the Jurassic World Live Tour. You can check out more than 24 life-size animatronic and puppeteer-controlled life-size dinosaurs. It runs through Sunday. Sunday is also the next dog admission day at the Morton Arboretum. Reservations are required. It's an additional $5 per pup. The Chicago International Children's Film Festival is underway at Facets on West Fullerton, one of a couple of different theaters where they're doing screenings. It's the largest children's film festival in the world, featuring more than 250 films from more than 40 countries. And the finals of the first ever Chicago Sings Karaoke contest. It's coming up on Sunday at the Park West. 6 Chicagoans will be competing for the grand prize of $5,000. Val and Mark, back to you. We've been talking about that for a while, so I'm excited to see who's going to end up winning.
Me too, and I want to hear them. I know it's probably like a music rights issue right now, but I want to hear them singing their song when they win. Thank you, Roz.
Right? You bet. Yeah, Terrell has often said he wants them to perform right here.
They should.
On the news. Yeah,
they should. They should come on over and do it. Absolutely.
Hey, like you said, we'll get that music cleared. We're good to go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, coming up after the break, a Wisconsin priest is preparing to run in the New York City Marathon this weekend.
But it won't be his first time or his 10th. We're going to tell you how many times he's participated when we come back.
When the New York Marathon steps off on Sunday, an 82-year-old priest from Wisconsin will be among those competing. Father Dale Gruba will be hand cycling the course. He will be using both of his feet and his hands to finish the 26.2-mile race.
Father Gruba is no stranger to marathons either. This will be his 86th time competing in a marathon, 22 of which have been completed from the driver's seat after a knee and back injury.
I wore the bottom half of my body out. Now I'm wearing the top half out, and when I do that, then it's time to go back to God.
Oh boy, that's incredible. As long as you got enough upward motion to get that communion wafer out, you know. Get this, Father Gruba has run the New York City Marathon 18 times and the Boston Marathon 11 times, and we want to wish him the best of luck.
Absolutely. Did we say 86 times?
He's done 86 marathons.
So
he's done multiple marathons per year because he's 88 years old.
Okay, yeah. You see,
You know
me,
what I
I
mean?
was
So
trying
he's
to do
doing
the math.
Doing
Yes.
2 marathons a year. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Crazy.
Inspiration, that's for sure. Well, thank you for watching Eyewitness News at 7 a.m. We'll see you next week, everybody.